Greetings! Do you struggle with hard base defense, especially with the furnace defense? Well, here's an easy solution. Hammer Garden is a control point from the northwest of the south coast region, with a very good layout. The main reason being the set pieces indestructible elements in the terrain, which you can use to better defend your furnace. There's a number of things you can do with it, but my current layout has the furnace up on the ledge next to the tower. This provides it with protection from a number of directions, as well as a safe direction to vent the heat without damaging any structures around it. And the position gives you quick access to the ledge, and from there you can easily fire on most of the machines that spawn. Firebirds remain a problem, since they can fly and bypass most defenses, so you still need to pay attention to them and quickly tame them out when they spawn. I tend to use the experimental Mauser and the GRG loaded with EMPs, but you can use whatever else you feel works best for you. But whatever you use, make sure to quickly stop them from targeting the furnace. Turrets are also quite useful to have, but you'll notice I have them set up seemingly backwards, mostly near the outer perimeter facing inwards, aiming towards the furnace. Turrets don't deal much damage, they are best used as distractions. For that purpose, when machines get close to the furnace, they will get shot by the turrets, luring them away. With things as they are, base defense is a game of time. At the end of those 7 minutes, there can be no machines left, there can be hundreds of machines left. It doesn't affect you. Even if they destroy your entire base afterwards, if your furnace survived the 7 minutes, you got your materials. And repairing the base to go again is free now, so everything that can slow down the machines is of great utility. Now, this layout is fairly expensive, but this is more so a PSI with a few pointers to let y'all know there is an easy way to do this. After uploading this, I will go and find the cheapest way to do this, in terms of materials but also weaponry, because I am rocking 4 KVMs, which is a lot. Granted, I'm told they are bad ones, because I have one with adhesive rounds, one with EMP detonation and one with scorching, which I am told are useless augments apparently. Then again, I heard that from the same people complaining about base defense being too hard, so maybe there's a correlation there. Next to the tower there is this bit of wall that I've seen some people use to protect their furnace, and it does seem like a promising option. I have also seen some people build down by the water instead. I have even seen some people prefer to build in overby in the south of the farmlands region. My way is by no means the only way to do things. It's simply the one I recommend the most at the moment. Is it a good thing for base locations to make this much of a difference? Probably not. I don't mind some places being better than others, or at the very least different with ups and downs, but having this many people rely on a specific control point to even finish the hard level missions doesn't seem like a good thing. One of the many things I hope Jay-Z fixes before dipping. I can understand if they don't add anything new. I'm not happy about it, but I can understand it. But I do hope they at least fix a few more things, like the weapon balance. It's in a really bad place at the moment. Back before the augment system, I found it rather sad that my loadout had an experimental PvG and 2 KVMs. An experimental and a basic one, not an augmented one, because augments weren't a thing. But even without augments, the KVM59 was so good that it was my go-to for those times when I was too close to use the experimental. Now, however, I am using 4 of them, especially for base defense. Outside of that, you can most definitely get away with using something else. But that's the thing. You get away with it. There aren't really better choices, you just have lower requirements in regular play. If performance is what you need, this is what you got. Here's the thing though, my EMP KVM is also modded with minus 90% recoil, and not the usual 50% mag capacity. And that's because I don't quite need the extra capacity, on the 4th one, and I can make use of a gun that can reach out and touch a bit further than the regular one, and which can also break a bunch of components when need be. That sounds a lot like the experimental KVM 89. If I could put EMP detonation on it, no support augments, just EMP, then I would have a place for it in my loadout, as opposed to now. I don't even need gold EMP, even silver or maybe even bronze might be enough. And that is the case with a lot of experimentals. Granted, not all of them, but if the devs aren't willing to put out a proper rework, then just making some augments available on the experimentals would be a welcome change, kinda like they did with the skill system. Realistically, even now, it could do with a real rework, but if they don't have time for that, just uncapping the skill points was a welcome change. There's a few other little changes I'd like to see, like a way to add items to favorites so that you can more quickly store away items that you just looted and you don't need on you. There's an option to drop in unequipped items, but things like adrenaline you cannot equip at all, so that always gets stored. And things like your field radius you might want on you even if not on your gear wheel, and even the system we got is kinda spotty. It often just drops in everything in the section that I'm in, equipped or not. Will any such changes come to be? Maybe, maybe not. I remain hopeful. Either way, I hope this video helped.